So, cheers. I wasn't going to do another video this year. I've got loads set up, and it's all good. It's quite recently done, so I don't have to update any or whatever, because I'm not very well. But this came up, and I had to do it. So, I did a live stream yesterday, and it wasn't too bad, but today it's just been awful. So, I've spent most of my day in bed. But this came up. Criminoli did a new version of the Paxy Awards because, for obvious reasons, we can't have the host of the Paxy Awards do the wonderful show that she did. So, this is important to me. Pax became a good friend, close friend, and to Pax. So yeah, it's awesome that we've got the prompts that Pax used, and I'm going to answer them as best I can. There are tons and tons and tons of videos that of video makers, content creators that I subscribe to. I haven't mentioned all of them here. There were some that I tried to think of, oh, how can I mention them? And I don't know. Maybe I'll think of it as I go along. But there's only a couple of repeats in here. And there's tons of prompts, so I have mentioned quite a lot. But if you are a friend, and I haven't mentioned you, so say we talk off booktube, and I haven't mentioned you, I do apologise. So, trying to do the most honest response, and I just want to say as well, it's really lovely to Ollie to have kicked it off with his one and actually given me what I think is the best award. That was lovely. So thanks, Ollie, mate. That's really lovely that you said that. Those nice words about my channel and about me and my approach to the channel. So let's go. Best opening is first. So the best opening, I had to choose this because I was so shocked when it appeared on booktube. It was just amazing. I was just like, oh my god, how much work and money went into this. And that was a video that was announcing an event. So it wasn't an intro to a video, it was an intro to an event. The entire thing was 6 minutes long. It's on the channel called SFF 180. So if you're into science fiction, you probably watch Thomas's channel, SFF 180. My favourite thing he does is the mailbag, when he talks about what's coming out, because he's a book reviewer. He's a professional book reviewer. And, you know, loads of what he says is really interesting. So, I don't very often agree with his reviews, to be fair. But I am interested in what he says. And the mailbook's really awesome. And then he leads this event called Space Opera September. So it's the third year that this has happened this year. And he decided to co-host it with Rachel from Shades of Orange, awesome channel, and Whitney from Secret Source of Storycraft, another awesome channel. And it was just amazing. It was a 6-minute animation where he used the cat that is like the centerpiece of the thumbnails he uses, contacting the other co-hosts through like this interplanetary travel and like through communications, and they're both having this sort of argument about who should announce the event. It's really good. It's really, really good. And I couldn't believe the amount of work and effort that went into that introduction to the event. So usually with booktube events, we just say, this is coming out. If you want to join in, go for it. And this was like a huge 6-minute animation film. So that was amazing. Oh, I'm going to have to edit out these coffee bits. Coffee bits? No, tea. Second award is another really popular and huge booktuber. But again, I have to award it correctly and honestly, and it's the creative Paxy for the most creative videos. So I don't think Thomas from SFF 180 watches my videos. It's probably the same for Moid, but you might watch them. If you're watching this, Moid, then leave a comment. It'd be awesome to see a comment from you. It'll be like, whoa. But Media Death Cult is an amazing channel. It's always been an amazing channel, but this year he's concentrated on video essays rather than what he usually did, was like sit in his library and talk about the books brilliantly. But he decided to just go for short films, and they have been amazing this year. So I think Creative Paxy definitely needs to go to Moid from Media Death Cult. If you don't know his channel and you're into science fiction, you should definitely check his channel out. He talks with authority as well. He knows what he's talking about. And it's so good the way he does it. So Moid from Media Death Cult is my choice for creative Paxy. Really, really creative channel. Crazy creative. But really, you know, about books. So it's not just creative in a crazy way. It's, you know, you can learn a lot and get inspired by it as well from books, for science fiction books. Okay. So Tag Extraordinaire Paxy. So that award, I'm actually going to choose. I found it really hard because there's been loads of really good tags that have come up this year. So I found it hard. But what I thought I'd do is award it to someone who tags me a lot. So I do get tagged by a few people, which is really awesome. And I love it when someone does one of my tags. I've created a few tags this year. My song tag was massive, which is awesome. And some people did my Jim Henson tag and blah, 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 which is awesome. But someone who almost always tags me, or at least very often tags me, is Al from Big Hard Books and Classics. So really appreciate it, Al. I appreciate anyone tagging me, because if I don't get to them all, I know J. Scott Phillips has tagged me a few times, and I haven't done all of his tags. But Al definitely does, and I appreciate it. So Tag Extraordinaire is going to someone who tags me rather than somebody who created a tag, because I found it hard to differentiate the tags because they were so good. The next one is If You Like Me Then, Paxy. If You Like Me Then. So the idea is a channel that has a similar tone or content to you. And I've actually picked three, I think. Three channels that I think are quite similar in the way that they approach the camera and the kind of books they read. And when I watch them, I'm usually, cool. I can relate to that, you know. So there's Alex Unabridged. I really like his channel. If you haven't checked out Alex's channel, check it out. It's really good. And his videos are really interesting, the way he talks about the books. And I think he's got a similar approach to me. Aaron, read a book. Aaron read a book. I love the fact that he keeps both of those as options. He says, hello, I'm Aaron from Aaron Read a Book or Aaron Read a Book. I imagine if it's a statement, it'd be Aaron read a book, but it could be an instruction. Aaron, read a book. But anyway, he's got a really relaxed way of doing things. He literally sort of sits there like that and sort of chats away to the camera, which is awesome. But we've got a very similar taste. I'm hoping, I'm just going to throw it out there, Aaron, it'd be nice to meet you next year, because I've met some booktubers, which I'll get onto in a minute. I met some booktubers this year, and I'd definitely like to meet you, because you probably live train distance away, I would have thought. So anyway, Aaron read a book. He's awesome. And also Matthew from Man with a Hat Who Reads. I think he's got a similar approach as well, and I think he's got a nice way of praising stuff that sometimes people just think is a bit of fluff. And some of the books I really like are books that other people would just think were really kind of pulpy nonsense. So I like that he does that. So Man with a Hat Who Reads as well, from so check his channel out as well. Series Extraordinaire. So because there isn't actually a prompt for this, but I think you can squeeze series into Event Extraordinaire, I'm choosing Vin from Revenant Reads, because the Historathon this year has been such an interesting thing for me, and it's been a really great source of discussion in my comment section, and I've loved talking to the other hosts as well on the Voxer channel, and what Vin did by breaking the year into quarters was really clever, and we're doing it again next year, which is awesome. But Vin from Revenant Reads is a really great guy, and I thought it would be good to reward the Paxy for him for Series Extraordinaire for the Historathon. Funniest Paxy. So there's a few people that are funny, but I'm trying not to repeat too much. And I've chosen Daniel from Daniel's Bibliothegy. Daniel's Bibliothegy. Every time I mention him, I have to really think about how to say it. I wonder if he's got to think about how he says it. Daniel's Bibliothegy. He's got a really subtle sense of humour, because he's got a very quiet approach to the camera as well. And it's just awesome the way he does it. And just now and again, he'll just say things that's just really funny. So yeah, if you haven't checked out his channel, Daniel's really cool one to watch. So Daniel's Bibliothegy is my choice for that. Best couple Paxy goes to Scott and Becky. So the Bookish Bryants are kind of unsung heroes on BookTube because they create such great events and they're lovely people. I've got to know them quite well, and they disappeared for most of this year, which is funny, isn't it? Because as they haven't been on much, It's a bit like Kate Bush getting nominated for the Brit Awards when she hadn't done anything all year. But then that is because she's a genius. So maybe I'm saying that Scott and Becky are geniuses. Geniuses. So the Bookish Bryants, they're lovely people, and Scott's been on my live streams as well, and he will continue to be on my live streams. I think he really likes it, and we've been connecting. And Becky is into role playing games, which is awesome. So yeah, they're just an awesome channel and an awesome couple. So check out their channel. They're back now, so they'll be doing lots of content, and their events are back properly. So Horror Mayhem's back next year, and New World's November's back next year, and those are the two best ones. So that's awesome. Best pets. So this is a nice excuse for me to talk about Dave, Book Blather, because Olive is his dog, and Olive shares the channel with him, and they read the books together, and they confer about what they think of the books, and she's in all the live streams, and she's awesome. She's a beautiful dog, and I love the fact that they're so close, and Dave is a lovely guy, and we're becoming really good friends, which is awesome. It's nice when I thought that, and then he said it on camera in the live stream last night, which is really lovely. He said that we're becoming close friends, which is awesome. So yeah, Dave and Olive, Book Blather, check out their channel. It's fantastic, and they are someone else that I would have said, if you like my channel, you probably like them, because again, we've got similar taste, but also we have a similar approach to the camera, I think, as well. Maybe I'm a little bit more frivolous, but yeah. Okay, the next one is the Sweetest Paxy Award. The Sweetest Paxy Award. Again, I'm very grateful for Ollie for giving me this. I'm giving it to Michael K. Vaughan. So people wouldn't necessarily expect people to give him the Sweetest Paxy, because it's not necessarily a side that you see much on screen. But I thought it was worth mentioning and awarding him for what a lovely guy he is, and the fact that if something puts him in doubt about his videos, or if there's someone that's upset in his comments section, or if he's done something that he thinks, oh, did I go too far with that one, and he over worries as well. But if that sort of thing happens, he really cares about it. He doesn't want to upset people, and he doesn't go on there deliberately to upset as well. There are some channels that love upsetting people. He doesn't upset people. He's not confrontational at all, which is why it's so lovely when he does think, oh my God, I've upset someone, this is not good. And he's taken videos down before because he felt like the wrong message had come across, and those kind of things. And it's just, he's just an absolutely lovely guy. Again, I'd love to meet him at some point. He is someone I could have easily chosen for the last one, but I haven't, because I think this is such a nice award, and I think it's something that people don't necessarily know about him. They all love his channel. Everyone loves his channel. He's very knowledgeable, and his videos are brilliant. But he genuinely sometimes thinks about stopping, because if there's a bit of upset, it really upsets him so much. And that's... I don't know if you can hear that. It's a bit faint, but Ralph is dreaming. The next one is Down to Earth Paxy. So this is someone that I've had on my live stream. I want to have more of her on my live stream. I think she's awesome. Her channel's brilliant. She does really interesting videos and like challenges for herself, because of her family situation. She is doing a really interesting delve into books or stories or novels that feature disability, and that's awesome. And like the representation and what it's like, and what kind of representation do they get. And sometimes she'll spot things in books I hadn't spotted myself. And that's Crystal from Fiber Artsy. Crystal from Fiber Artsy is getting my Down to Earth Paxy. Crystal from Fiber Artsy is getting my Down to Earth Paxy. She's just lovely the way she talks to the camera, and she clearly is a really lovely person. Again, someone I'd love to meet at some point. Okay, best voice. So there are lots of booktubers. I love their voices, and it's a weird one, isn't it? Because sometimes that's what attracts you to the channel, which is interesting, isn't it? Because you wouldn't think that's necessarily a big thing, but it is a big thing, I think, because our voices are so important in what we're doing. And some people will put on a video and they'll just walk around and do things around the house while they're listening. So it's like a podcast. So the voice is really important. And I've picked a voice that's quite unusual. It's such a rich voice. And it's Jim from Mystery and Mayhem. Jim's voice is amazing. He go, hello. I would get a little bit more like Jim at the moment because I've got a cold. He'd be like, I am Jim from Mystery and Mayhem. Oh, that's not bad. That's a good impression. I'll try it again. I am Jim from Mystery and Mayhem. What do you reckon, Jim? Was that a good impression? He's got an amazing voice. So if you watch him, you'll be like, ooh. So yeah. Shout out to Mark from Book Time with Elvis, because one of my best friends, I don't think she, because you don't know her, I don't think she'd mind me saying that she thinks your voice is very sexy. So there we are, Mark. You can have that. So you can just mention Mark as well. And then background Paxy. That's about what was in the background of the videos. And I've thought about it, and I'm going to do two different things. I'm going to mention someone that does a lot in editing with the background and does a really interesting thing on the green screen. And I'm also going to mention someone that's just got an awesome background. So I'll go with the straightforward awesome background thing, and that's Greg from Another Bibliophile Reads. What an amazing library. What an amazing basement. He showed, in a recent live stream, he showed how big his basement is. It's huge. So I think we're all envious of his basement and his book collection. And Greg's a fantastic channel. And again, someone that I consider a friend. And I've loved going on his live streams as well. So yeah, Greg from Another Bibliophile Reads. And then another one that's, again, not someone... This is another example of someone that doesn't talk directly to me, but it's worth mentioning because he has got a brilliant channel. And that's Jonathan from Words in Time. So, science fiction, books, really interesting the way he does it. He does lots of... what's it, like, comparison videos. And it's just, you know, it's just really interesting the way he approaches the book reviews that he does. So Jonathan from Words in Time is really good, and he does really cool things with the green screen, and has the book covers behind him, but sometimes just images of space and, you know, related things in the background as well. So Jonathan from Words in Time is my choice for that one. Okay, the Makes You Think Paxy. It's got to be one person that I can't wait for him to put his videos out, and even when he's reviewing a book, he'll say really interesting things that make you think. He's an awesome man. Again, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but someone else I'd love to meet. I feel like I'm going to meet these people now because I met so many in 2023, which is awesome. But that's Brian from Bookish. Brian, if you know Brian's channel, you know how good it is. You know what an intelligent and interesting man he is. And his channel is brilliant. And he is at his best, I think, when he's talking about politics. He's just a great man. So, Brian from Bookish is my choice for Makes You Think Paxy. The New Kid on the Block Paxy. Okay, I've got two for this. And I've written it in really small letters. So who have I picked? There's Aaron Read a Book. Aaron read a book. So I've mentioned Aaron before in the channels that are like me. And he actually did start a year ago. So he's done really well. He's got loads of subscribers in quite a short amount of time, which is great. But Aaron Read a Book is brilliant. And then also books, art, crime, and popular culture. So that's Thomas Nathan. And I think it's a bit of an underdog, bit of an underappreciated channel. And he's only just started. His first video was literally a year ago, so it might have been like December last year or something. So he is new, but he's a fantastic channel. Really interesting. And he does tons of research for each video he does. So definitely check out Thomas's channel. Books, art, crime, and popular culture. All right? I'll link all these things below, but he's a fantastic channel. Okay, so the Blowing Up Paxy. I think, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this guy has had a big influx of subscribers, which is great, because he absolutely deserves it, and he loves BookTube, and he loves connecting with people, and it's just, he's got a really interesting perspective. So he's kind of horror-based, but he's spread out a little bit recently, and he started doing some nature videos, which is awesome. That was really cool, the one he did for that. So I don't know if you know what I'm talking about already. He's from South Africa, Cliff, from Cliff's Dark Gems. So as I said, he's called Cliff's Dark Gems because he likes to concentrate on horror. And that's his first love. But I think he's had loads of new subscribers, which is great. Sprinter Extraordinaire. So I've gone into a few reading sprints, and I've considered doing it myself, but I haven't got to that point yet, because I want to do it in an interesting way. But the one that I've gone to the most, well, there's two really, is MJ, but I'll talk about MJ in a minute, and Courtney from Tangible Reads. So Courtney from Tangible Reads is a really good channel. She's awesome, and she doesn't pull any punches as well. If she feels like something about a book, she'll say it, and her sprints are really cool. And she does it with two friends of hers, and they have a little chat, and I always enjoy watching them talk about what they've read as well. So Courtney from Tangible Reads is awesome. Best in Poetry, Paxy. So for this one, it's a nice excuse to mention Roy from Roy Reads Anything. So it's a bit of a veiled compliment because I'm actually talking about his wife. But Roy's channel in general is so brilliant. It's really good. He's one of, he could have been, I tell you what, I'm going to retcon a little bit and say that he's also in my funny one. So I voted for Daniel's Bibliophagy for the funny channel. But Roy is really funny as well. It's really good. There was a great video he did this year where he kept it running and he'd finished, and him and Jenny were talking about how no one's watching anymore, and it was just really funny the way he did it. So yeah, Roy's really funny. But his wife, Dr. Jenny, she reads poetry on the channel quite frequently, so regularly. I was going to say regularly, might be closer to say frequently rather than regularly, I'm not sure. But it's awesome. It's great the way she reads it. So Roy's channel is brilliant anyway, and I'm putting this in the category for Dr. Jenny's poetry readings. Okay, so before I get to the last big award, I want to talk about these people. So I'm going to try and include everyone, but I'm so sorry if I've missed someone out. So this year, I am going to do a review of the year, and I'll talk in more detail about this probably. But I don't feel like I could have done this without talking about these people. So I met loads of booktubers in London. We all met together. There's like 26 of us, I think. I don't think this is 26 people, so I clearly must have left some people out. So I'm sorry if I have. But Katie organised it. So I'm just going to go through the names because it'll take me forever. And you know who I'm talking about and I'll link them below. So Katie, Roz, Charlie Brooks, Kit, Jack. Jack I know quite well anyway. And Charlotte I know quite well as well. Emily, Kirsten, Tilly, Leanne, Claire Femby, Lisa, Shannon, Jenny and Jen, Willow. It was great meeting Willow. Robin. I feel like me and Robin have got similar tastes as well. And Gemma, Olivia's Catastrophe. Olivia's cool meeting Olivia as well, and Abby. Me, Abby, and Kirsten went to Forbidden Planet afterwards, and that was cool as well. But yeah, a fantastic day, and I wanted to talk about that as well. I'm just quickly interrupting. Alice and the Giant Bookshelf. See, I knew I'd forget someone. I've probably forgotten more, but Alice and the Giant Bookshelf. I was just watching her video. I was thinking, whoa, I didn't mention her. See, I knew I'd forget someone. Alice is awesome. Her channel's awesome. Alice and the Giant Bookshelf. Carry on. So just to finish off, I'm giving two people the Paxy Award, which hopefully isn't a cheat, but I felt like I couldn't really not do it. And they are kind of leaders in our corner of booktube, as we say. So as far as people that have got, that talk to each other a lot, I think these two kind of lead it in a lot of ways. And I think they're just amazing. Everything they do is amazing. I could list so many reasons why they deserve Channel of the Year. So the first one is Ollie from Criminolly. So Criminolly obviously is probably most famous, if that's the right word, for the Garb August event. But just in general, all of his videos are fantastic, and the way he does book reviews is really awesome. So he's been doing book reviews, written reviews as well for years, and he's just really good at it. And I just think Ollie's just a lovely guy. So he's definitely up there for best channel. And MJ. MJ is becoming a really close friend, and we talk all the time, talk every day. We've both been affected by PAX quite majorly this year. But yeah, MJ, everything she does on the channel is fantastic. She does, like Ollie mentioned, she does the Sunday Small Booktubers regular series. She's always interested in what she thinks about the books she's reading. She's just awesome. She just has this lovely energy, and she's also great giving advice. And yeah, she's just awesome. So MJ from Reading This Life. Sorry about that. I thought that was going to happen. So, there we go. That's my response to the Paxy Awards. If you are one of the people I've mentioned, then massive thank you for making my life richer. If you're not someone I've mentioned, then you probably are still someone who's made my life richer, but I just couldn't fit you in. So I haven't forgotten you. But clearly, if I decided to just keep listing the people that I didn't want to forget about, I'd probably still forget someone. So it'd look even worse, I think. So yeah. Happy Christmas. Have a great New Year. I'll be busy trying to get rid of this cold, especially as I've got a gig on New Year's Eve and I've got to sing 45 songs. Well, we're playing 45 songs. I have to sing all of them. I have to sing probably about 36 of them. And then the other guys will sing the others. But yeah, wow. That's going to be a long night. I need to get better. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. Happy Christmas.
Of what it's like to be